Imagine being 13, your whole life changing overnight one moment. You're a child braiding your sister's hair in a sunlit courtyard. The next, strange men are bargaining over you like livestock in the Ottoman Empire. A girl's wedding. Wasn't a dream, it was a sale. And survival meant learning to serve, obey, and disappear. Would you endure or break? Dive into the true story behind the silks and shadows where girlhood ends, and the fight for your soul begins. Ready for the real history they never taught you? Hit subscribe and step inside Refound Legacy, where forgotten lives become your story. You're only 13, but today you feel 100 years old. The mud between your toes is cold, soaking up the tears you swore you wouldn't cry. You're standing in the courtyard of your family's tiny stone house deep in the Ottoman countryside, somewhere near Bursa. The air is heavy with spring, sweet with lilac, and sour with worry. Your mother is silent. Your father paces, eyes on the ground, calloused fingers worrying a frayed rope. He can't look at you. You try to pretend you're still a little girl, sneaking figs from the neighbor's orchard, playing at the edge of the river with your sisters, chasing the goats through wild grass. But that world ended the moment your uncle arrived. You remember his smile, thin and flat as he handed your father the folded slip of parchment? Your fate sealed in a contract neither of you signed, a bride price that could fix the family's debts, but break your life in two. Your wedding day is not white veils and gentle music. It's the crackle of coins in your father's palm, it's the nervous murmurs of neighbors, and the smell of strange men's sweat as they come to inspect you. They check your teeth, your wrists, the arch of your foot. A merchant's wife pinches your cheeks. She's strong, at least she sniffs. You clench your fists, but you don't speak. Your mother's hand trembles as she braids your hair. The bridegroom is twice your age, a rich man from the city. You see him only once before. The wedding a distant shape in fine robes, heavy with rings and a sharp black beard. His voice is deep, almost kind, when he greets your father, but his eyes slide right over you, as if you're already property. Your sisters peek from the doorway, wide-eyed, whispering. Your mother pulls you aside that night, voice soft but fierce. Remember who you are, Cuxum, remember us. Don't let them steal everything. She presses a small amulet into your hand, crescent moon carved from bone. For luck, for courage. You hold it tight, but your hands still shake. The next morning, they dress you in borrowed silks and layer your hair with coins. Each step toward the courtyard feels like walking to the gallows. The wedding procession is a blur, drums pounding, women wailing, the imam's voice droning the verses. You're veiled, hidden, but every eye is on you. You don't remember saying yes, but the contract is signed, sealed with a thumbprint and a prayer. When the sun sets, you're loaded into a cart, surrounded by gifts you'll never own, pulled away from your childhood home. Your sisters chase after the cart, calling your name until their voices fade into the wind. Your new home is a stone mansion in the city, 3 stories tall, with latticed windows and walls thick with secrets. The harem is not the place of music and luxury you heard about in stories. It's a world of closed doors and whispered warnings. Women in rich clothes glide by, their eyes cold, their smiles sharper than knives. Some are wives, some are servants. Some are like you, sold for a price, bartered for someone else's future. Your husband, he is your husband, no visits, only at night. His hands are heavy, his breath sour with wine. He tells you you're lucky, and the girls would kill for your place. He laughs, voice thick with pride. You nod, bite your tongue, and stare at the moon through the window bars. You can hear the city below, vendors shouting, children laughing, a world you're no longer part of. The first weeks are the hardest. You're homesick, sick to your stomach, but you work hard not to show it.
Out!
The older women teach you the rules: never speak. Unless spoken to, never refuse an order, never cry where anyone can see. You learn to move quietly, to blend in, to serve tea with bowed head and steady hands. A single mistake, a broken cup, a word out of place, means a slap. A night locked in the laundry room, or worse, nights stretch on forever. You dream of home, of your sister's laughter, of the old willow tree that shaded your childhood games? Some nights you press the amulet to your lips and whisper your mother's blessing, hoping the old gods are still listening. But hope is dangerous. You see it in the eyes of the other girls, those who came before you, those who dared to rebel, to run, to fight back. You hear the stories in the laundry room, in the kitchen, of girls sent away, never seen again. Of others who lost their minds, their names, their lives. Yet you survive, one day at a time. Weeks become months. You grow taller, thinner, quieter. The women begin to trust you and you learn their secrets. Some are kind, slipping you honey cakes after a hard day. Others are cruel, always ready to remind you that every girl is competition. Every kindness has a cost. Your husband tires of you quickly. Soon, he takes a new bride, girl even younger than you, her face blank with terror, you relieved and guilty for feeling it. You're moved to the background, expected to serve, to keep the peace among jealous wives, to help with chores too demeaning for the real servants. You find small freedoms, quiet corners in the garden, moments by the fountain where you can. Remember who you were before. One night you sneak to the rooftop and see the city lights shimmering. For a moment, you're just a girl again, dreaming of escape, of something better. But a sharp voice calls you back, and you return to your bed, heart pounding. Years pass. Your sister's faces fade, your mother's voice a distant echo. Hear news of plague, of famine, of war, your old village swallowed by troubles you can't imagine. You write letters in secret, trusting a sympathetic kitchen boy to carry them, but you never get a reply. You're 16 now, stronger, sharper, hardened by years of survival. You've seen girls traded like goats, some married off again, some sent to distant lands as gifts for powerful men. Some disappear, no one speaks their names. You cling to your mother's amulet, hidden under your robe, a secret piece of your old self. One day, your husband falls ill. The household panics, wives bickering, servants scurrying, old women muttering prayers. You're ordered to tend to him, to sit by his bed and cool his fever. He looks at you, really looks for the first time. "You're still here," he murmurs, eyes soft for a moment. "You're stronger than all of them," he recovers, "but you're changed." You realize that your strength is not just surviving, but enduring. Carving out small pieces of happiness where you can, a stolen moment with a songbird, a joke shared in the kitchen, a story whispered to a younger girl who's just arrived. Lost and scared, you make a vow. If you ever have a daughter, you'll tell her the truth. You'll teach her courage, how to fight with wit and wisdom, how to hold on to herself even when the world tries to sell her soul. In the end, you're not free, but you are unbroken. Your story is not a fairy tale, but it's real. And somewhere, out there, another girl is watching the moon, clutching a small amulet. Dreaming of escape, maybe she'll be the one who breaks the chain. Click to hear more lost stories. Imagine what if this was your life. This is Lost Legacy Refound. If you want this tailored for other titles, just send them my way.